Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan. This is crying shame, I almost forgot. What I'm doing here is I'm gonna put new struts in the front. We'll put some tires on the vehicle. I said almost forgot to turn the camera on. That is actually a really simple job. What you do, I guess we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Nothing to it. The top cowl over here, let me flip my screen. Top cowl over here is only held on by 2 clips. Pop those 2 push locks out, the plastic push lock. And of course we have to remove our windshield wipers. That's a 15 millimeter. You have to remove both arms. And you got to be careful. They can be a little bit tricky to get off sometimes. Be careful where you pry, as that whole assembly can break very easily. Not to mention if you hit the wrong thing, you can chip the glass and all the other good stuff. But anyway, take that off, and there's 13 millimeter nuts on top of the struts. I mean, very, very simple. Get my cart over here. Get situated. I'm going to be a little bit lazy today. That is a reason for everything, so bear with me here, folks. I'm actually about the height that you normally would be if you were to do it on the floor. Well, maybe a little bit higher, but... So, as I stated, we are putting the strut assembly in here. So we're going to start by removing the link, sway bar link. That is a 19 millimeter, and it is a, if it's the factory one, it's a T40 and a 19 millimeter. I'm going to try to use a ratchet on it. I'm broken loose with the impact. Alright, so that's the bolt for it. We're going to thread that back on there for right now. Anytime I'm able to, I kind of like to thread things back on. That seems to be easier. 21 millimeter. We'll switch over to that 21. We'll pull our bolts loose. Alright, so 21 millimeter nuts. Got them in my hand. Now, of course, we need to get the actual bolt out of it. Now, be careful with this. Now, these are going to be a body fit. What I mean by that, these are not just going to slide out. These are body fit, so your alignment don't go haywire on you. So therein lies a little bit of a trick. Let me grab a hammer. I didn't grab a hammer. Now you can see on the shoulder part that serration right here. That's what's actually in the aluminum part of it. I'll explain that a little bit in a minute. Whoa. Okay. At this point in time, our strut assembly is loose. Oh, 10 millimeter. Almost didn't see that. There's a little bracket for the ABS wire. 10 mil, I'm assuming. Sorry about that. Got the noggin right in the way. All right. 10 millimeter headed bolt, not a 10 millimeter bolt, but a 10 millimeter headed bolt. Careful with your ABS wire. Make sure you don't kill the ABS wire. Here's a strut. The reason I'm changing it, we're thinking that the strut plate, the strut bearing up top, it's definitely got an issue. It's got a noise. Plus, this is due for struts anyway, so nothing lost. And I ended up getting the struts here at the Rock Auto. I opted to go with the KYBs. Personally, I've not a sponsor, but I've had real good luck with the KYB, so I'm sure that customer is going to love the right quality. Well, here's our strut assembly. Lay that down right here. Well, that right there is a alignment bolt. We'll get to that in just a minute. I will explain this. Warning, do not remove nut, spring under compression. Don't remove that nut. It might pop in your jaw. Hopefully this is set pretty close. Yeah, it looks like it will be, so that's good. We'll start that back up there. This is one of them where you might have to have some help. Different type of setup. Okay, that is essentially what's happening, I think, is KYB must make their own alignment setup for it. It's because the bottom hole is slotted, which is normally not the case. We'll go ahead and put that bottom bolt in and set it up, and then take the top back out. All I can do at this point in time, we'll just have to check it later on. Really don't know what else to do to it at this point in time, so okay, we'll get that pulled up a little bit. I see. This vehicle, by the way, is going in for alignment, obviously. So, okay, so we'll go all the way forward, and that will be fine. I think that's the way that is going to go. The alignment tech will figure it out. I guarantee it. So. Well, this bolt, where that comes in, we want to put that on top, and that's a cam bolt. I'm not going to explain the principle because that there's YouTube videos out there where they explain what that bolt will do, so I'm not going to go into details on that. But in any event, we want to stick that bolt in there and let the alignment guy do it. And the reason this is lined up now, by the way, guys, so The reason I went ahead and purchased these bolts, when I ordered them on Rock Auto, they're much cheaper than what the alignment shop will charge if they have to put it in. So this cam will turn. One of the mounts of that cam turns and it can move the camber in and out. This happens to be a 1.75 degrees plus and minus. I have to figure out whatever size that is. Already laying out. Put our little ABS wire back on here. Reattach it. Get that done. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's about it for that part of it. Like I said, the alignment, we'll let the alignment shop worry about that. That's what they're getting paid for. We'll put this little fellow back. Now, struts always change them in pairs. That should kind of go without saying, but maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Anyway, always change the pairs. What I found, in my personal experience, what I found to be easier is to get both sides done to the same point, put your wheels back on, and let the wheels assist in putting it back in place. Let's see, 19. That's 18, by the way. So we'll remove the tag, like I said, and actually go ahead and put the wheel assembly back on here. Well, that way later on when we lower it down, we can use it to get the bolts lined up. For right now, since that is the entire procedure, for right now I'm going to turn the camera off, turn the camera back on once I do the top. Of course, this part here is actually pretty easy to do on the lift. All I did is use my lift to manipulate the strut. And we'll line them up, you know, until you get close. Put our nuts back on, tighten them up to spec, and move on to the other side. We'll go ahead and get that tightened up. There's only one of them that you cannot do with a power tool. If you wanted to do them with a power tool. Fair bit of warning, those are only 8mm studs on there, so they don't torque very heavy. If you want to know the torque spec, if I remember to link that, I'll link it. You get this card out of the way a little bit. Get the camera back a little bit so I can get through here. So obviously, this one here, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it right now because it's bound up. So we have to do one side at a time. Bump it up, see where it's at. Takes a minute or two to get it lined up where you want it. We got to go higher than that. With a piece of 2x4 as well. Not just one way, not just my way. There's a multitude of ways that we can go about doing this. Wow. Okay. Now I'm not going to walk back and forth anymore. Now we're going to go way high. Well, it wasn't touching. Okay, now the sway bar links are hooked up, and it's going to want to pull both sides up, but not to the point where you can't get this manipulated back in there. So, like I said, there is a multiple ways we could do this. We should be able to just get that started in. I got to put a little bit of pressure on it. Sometimes you just got to play with it a little bit till you get it. That's just part of it. Let's see what this is. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. Before I get pinched again, I'll do something a little bit different. Oh, I went way crazy on that one. Way crazy on that one, like a dumbass. All right. Gotta come up a little. Like I said, it takes a little bit of finagling on that part here. Twist the wheel a little bit and all that good stuff, and at some point in time you will get it. Hopefully without pinching your finger like I just did. Like a freaking idiot. Put my damn finger in a hole. Never put your finger in a hole. Ain't the first time I've done it. That's why I'm kind of a little bit upset about it. I'll put the cowl back on. If you can find it, replace that piece of weather stripping. If not, well, don't. Now this one, we'll have to pay attention, make sure that does line up 100%. You kind of see your outline. Get your 2 push nails wherever I put them. Said make sure you get it lined up somewhat, and insert your push nails back into it. Like I said, I gotta find the other one. If you want to get you a dry erase before you take the windshield wipers off of it and kind of put you a mark where the blade is sitting, this one here left a little bit marked behind, so I didn't have to do that. Okay, so we're slipped in where we need to be. Like I said, luckily this one here left a little bit of a trace behind, so That's 15 millimeter. 15 millimeter. And the plug. Little cap that goes on it. Oh. Maybe you didn't see anything, I don't know. But anyway, simple, straightforward stuff. No real explanation required for that. This, what I'm looking at is a line of dust on the windshield. That's how come I know where it actually came from. Just in case somebody is wondering about it. Cap. Tag it, bag it, ship it. That's essentially how you do the struts, the front struts on these things. Now, at this point in time, the only thing that remains is to go drive it because of my new tires. But other than that, that van should be good to go. So I'm gonna turn the camera off. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. We do appreciate it. Every subscription helps. Everything you guys watch will help. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.